Come to life. 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 Well, hi everyone. Welcome to the Late Night Organizational News. I'm your news anchor, Kaylin Helena Selden, and tonight we have a news story that has a creative twist. A new supervisor has been recently hired by Hudson Incorporated to educate the company on organizational behavior and how it is displayed at Hudson Incorporated. But before the supervisor could educate the employees, the supervisor asked 3 individuals 5 core questions to gain some insight about the dynamics of the organization. Hello, Organizational News. My name is Leandra C. Mason, and I am the new supervisor of Hudson Incorporated. Today, I have interviewed 3 individuals. Their names are Joanne Edmonds, Robert Wilson, and Joseph Caramo. I asked each of them the exact same 5 core questions to gain the perspective of how the organizational culture should be operated. The first person that I had interviewed was a woman named Joanne Edmonds, and the first core question that I posed to her was how important is diversity in the workplace to her? And her response was that diversity is very important because learning from different people and different cultures is important in establishing a positive workplace community. Another core question that I asked her was why do you think that diversity in the workplace, especially here at Hudson Incorporated, is so important? And Joanne responded by saying, Hudson's audience is diverse and we need to be able to take care of the diversity of the community. The third core question that I asked Joanne was, what emotions has she experienced working here at Hudson? And she said when she first started here at Hudson, she noticed that everyone will work together to reach a common goal. She also made a lot of friends here at Hudson, and she felt that Hudson has a very family-oriented community, and she has made a lot of familial-like relationships. The fourth core question that I asked Joanne was of course, communication is key to a successful relationship. Then I asked, did she feel like that statement applied to people in an organization? And she answered that she 100% agreed with that statement. She said that communication is vital in accomplishing goals here at Hudson Incorporated. And the last core question that I posed to Joanne was, I asked her opinion, what would be the most effective way to handle conflict in the workplace? And she responded by saying that the most effective way to handle conflict is to find out what the conflict is and hope to create a resolution for the conflict. She also made a point that in the workplace, everyone has differing personalities, so it is important to keep your composure and remain calm and respectful when resolving conflict as well. The next person that I had interviewed was a man named Robert Wilson, and I asked him the same 5 core questions to gain his perspective of the organizational culture of Hudson Incorporated. So to reiterate once again, the first question was, how important is diversity in the workplace to you? And he answered by saying, a diverse workplace is a richer workplace. Being around people of different cultures and different perspectives makes things more rewarding and produces a better product. The second core question that I had posed to Robert was, why do you feel that diversity in the workplace, especially here at Hudson Incorporated, is so important? And then Robert answered by saying that Hudson has a very diverse community. The corporation has worked hard to improve, and he thinks that the members should reflect that. The third core question was, what emotions have he experienced working here at Hudson Incorporated? And Robert responded by saying that that of course, like, the negative emotions may seem big, and employees have to remind themselves that what they do supports a bigger cause in their headquarters. Said personally, Robert has always worked in schools, so he has had more positive emotions than negative. His experience with the members of the organization are almost always very positive. Occasionally, he may get frustrated with employees. The fourth core question is, of course, communication is key to a successful relationship. Then I asked, like, did he felt like that statement is true when it applied to people in an organization? And Robert responded that the more communication, the better Hudson Incorporated can accomplish goals. And the last and final core question was that I asked his opinion on what would be the most effective way to handle workplace conflict. And Robert responded by saying that usually if it's tension between yourself and another employee, face-to-face communication or written communication works best. The last and final employee that I have spoke with today of Hudson Incorporated is a man named Joseph Caramo. And I posed to him the same 5 core questions that I had asked Joanne and Robert about their perspective of the organizational culture at Hudson Incorporated. The first question that I asked Joseph was, how important is diversity in the workplace to you? And Joseph responded by saying that he loves diversity in the workplace. He thinks that it's good to have people of different backgrounds and to give people the same opportunities. Joseph said that he will welcome different perspectives from different types of people. The second core question is, why do you think that diversity in the workplace, especially here at Hudson Incorporated, is so important? And Joseph responded by saying that Hudson Incorporated has diversified over time. He said Hudson used to be a predominantly Caucasian and female corporation. Hudson Incorporated tries to provide services that supports people of all backgrounds. The third core question was, what emotions have Joseph experienced working here at Hudson Incorporated? And Joseph answered by saying that he has had many frustrations with certain situations, but on the other hand, it's very rewarding to help many people. So the good outweighs the bad. The fourth core question that I had asked Joseph was, communication is key to a successful relationship. I asked, did you feel like that statement is true when it applies to people in an organization? And he responded by saying, communication strategies varies amongst managers, employees, and clients. Joseph says that the way that he has to effectively communicate to his boss is different from communicating with his coworkers as well as clients. So with his boss, he has to communicate in a formal and concise manner. As with employees or customers, he's a little more informal and has to explain things in a thorough manner. And the fifth and final core question is, I asked, in his opinion, what's the most effective way to handle conflict in the workplace? And Joseph answered by saying that the best tactic is to kill people with kindness. Don't take anything personally, and use tactics to make peace and not make the other person feel frustrated. Well, I just want to give a personal thank you to Joanne, Robert, and Joseph for letting me interview them today. All of them are phenomenal people, and I am incredibly grateful to have been hired as the new supervisor of Hudson Incorporated. Well, could you tell me, Leandra, what was the purpose of those interviews? Well, Kaylin, the purpose of those interviews was to understand how each of the employees operated at Hudson Incorporated. I told each of them afterwards that the purpose of the questions was to study organizational behavior at Hudson Incorporated. I explained to them that organizational behavior is the systematic study of how individuals and groups behave within an organization. After my interviews, I realized that my purpose here at Hudson is to maintain a diverse, stable, and familial-like community by offering equal opportunities to every employee at Hudson, regardless of race, gender, sexual orientation, etc. Resolving conflicts by communicating with colleagues face-to-face or email in a concise and calm manner. Listening to each and every employee in the organization when they're presenting an idea to me. Observing and understanding how every employee works, as well as building rapport, can create a level of closeness that will make Hudson a familial-like community. Thank you, Leandra. This has been your Late Night News with news anchor Kaylin Helena Selden. And until next time, stay safe and have a good night, everyone. See you soon. Come to life. Come to life.